Should you buy a home in Cranbrook, BC in 2026? Let's have a look. If you're thinking about buying a home in Cranbrook, BC in 2026, you're probably feeling something very specific. You don't want to overpay, you don't want to miss your chance, and you definitely don't want to buy in the wrong Kootenai town. Because Cranbrook sits in a very weird position. Some people call it boring, others call it the smartest buy in the region. And the difference between those opinions is whether you actually understand what Cranbrook is and what Cranbrook absolutely is not. So by the end of this video, you're going to know who should buy in Cranbrook in 2026, who shouldn't buy in Cranbrook in 2026, and how I'd approach buying here if I were starting today with real money on the line. Now, most Canadians are sold the same housing idea. Buy where it's exciting. Buy where prices are rising the fastest. Buy where everyone else wants to be. That mindset works in speculative markets. Cranbrook is not one of them. Cranbrook is the economic engine of the East Kootenays. It's where people come for healthcare, education, regional employment, shopping, and services. Homes here are not lifestyle trophies. They're infrastructure. And that changes how buyers should think about risk, timing, and value. Now, here's the mistake a lot of home buyers make. They compare Cranbrook to Fernie or Invermere and assume that slower appreciation means weaker fundamentals. That's backwards. Cranbrook demand is driven by year-round employment, permanent residence, regional migration, lower entry pricing. This town doesn't rely on tourism cycles to survive. People don't move to Cranbrook for a single season. They move here to stay. That's why housing demand here is quieter, but more durable, more practical. Here's the stat-free truth that matters the most. Cranbrook feels affordable until it absolutely doesn't. Because once buyers realize that they can get a detached home with a big backyard, near schools and services, for far less than the other resort towns around, demand stacks quickly. Cranbrook doesn't price you out with bidding wars, it prices you out with inventory absorption. Homes don't explode upward, they just stop being available. And buyers who often wait discover that more choice quietly disappears. So a lot of buyers say, I'm going to wait until rates drop. Well, Cranbrook will still be there, yes. It's not going anywhere, but demand doesn't need hype to build here. When rates ease, first-time home buyers, they re-enter. Families upsizing come back. Investors rerun with the cash flow. They run the math, and if it works, they're jumping. Cranbrook doesn't need a spike. Cranbrook tightens up, and when it does, leverage shifts away from buyers faster than people expect. So who should buy in Cranbrook in 2026? If you are a first-time home buyer prioritizing stability, a family looking for space and services, a buyer priced out of Fernie or Invermere, someone planning to stay for 5+ years, those are the people that should be looking at buying here right now. Cranbrook will reward you with long-term thinking, payment discipline, lifestyle realism. And this is where buyers build financial breathing room and not stretch themselves thin for optics. Now, Cranbrook isn't for everyone. You should think twice. If you're chasing fast appreciation, you want resort-style living, lifestyle level amenities, and you need constant market excitement, or if you plan to flip short-term. This market does not reward impatience. Cranbrook is slow, but slow isn't weak. Slow is predictable. So if I were buying in Cranbrook in 2026, I'd focus on these 3 things. First of all, practical neighborhoods, close to schools, shopping, and employment. 2, functional layouts, homes that work for families, renters, or even resale. And then 3, cost control, manageable property taxes, heating costs, and maintenance. Cranbrook wins when your housing costs stay boring and your life gets easier. So here's what most outsiders don't see. In uncertain economic periods, Cranbrook becomes more important, not less. It's where healthcare jobs concentrate, trades remain busy, regional spending flows, and that creates a housing market that doesn't collapse. It just absorbs the inventory quietly. And that's why Cranbrook often outperforms expectations during downturns. So if you're deciding between Cranbrook and other East Kootenay towns, drop a comment below, give me a shout, and let me know what you're thinking. Price versus lifestyle, stability versus upside, Cranbrook versus Fernie or Invermere. Those questions are going to shape the next videos. So in the next video, I'm going to break down some of these things. Keep on watching. If there's something I'm not doing that you would like to see, definitely let me know. In the meantime, have a great day.